The hilltop was bathed in soft golden light of dusk. Rose and Michael sat on a picnic blanket, enjoying the serenity of the afterlife. The aroma of grilled hamburgers and crispy French fries surrounded them, a memory of simpler times when they could just sit and savor the little joys in life. Michael leaned back with a contented sigh. This feels normal. Rose chuckled. Almost, if you ignore the fact that we're not exactly alive anymore. Michael grinned. Details. The wind shifted, carrying with it something strange, an unusual shimmer in the horizon. Rose noticed it first, her gaze narrowing. Michael, do you see that? He sat up, squinted. Yeah, it's moving. The shimmering light grew brighter, rippling like water as it drew closer. The shape became clearer. A feline figure, radiant and otherworldly. Her fur sparkled like the night sky, as though she was stitched together from stars. Rose stood, her hand on Michael's arm. What is that? I have no idea. The glowing cat stopped a few feet away, her luminous silver eyes calm and knowing. Rose and Michael, she purred, her voice soft but powerful. I am Callie. I oversee new spirits, guiding them to their new roles in the afterlife. Your roles are about to change. Rose frowned. Change how? Callie's fur shimmered as she stepped closer. The afterlife is not only about leading spirits to peace. Sometimes it's about healing the living. 2 frightened souls need your guidance right now. The serene hilltop vanished, replaced by chaos. Burning city loomed around them. The crackle of flames and wail of sirens filled the air. Buildings crumbled and smoke darkened the sky. In the heart of the chaos, 2 stray dogs, a lean black and brown male and a smaller, shaggy, cream-colored female, ran through the streets, dodging falling debris. They are lost and afraid, Callie said softly. Their city is burning, and they have nowhere to go. You must guide them through the fire and to safety. Michael's expression hardened with determination. We'll do it. Rose nodded. Where do we start? Toby's paws pounded against the crackling pavement as he darted through the burning city. Smoke filled his lungs and the heat was unbearable, but he couldn't stop. Not now. Bella, stay close, he barked, glancing back at the smaller dog. I'm trying, Bella whimpered, her white fur matted with ash. She stumbled over a piece of debris, yelped as her leg twisted. Toby skidded to a halt, rushing back to nudge her to her feet. We can't stop. Move! Behind them, an explosion rocked the ground, sending a wave of fire cascading to the sky. Bella flinched, her legs trembling as she pushed herself forward. Where are we even going? She panted. Anywhere but here, Toby growled. Everywhere they turned, the fire seemed to block their path. Buildings collapsed around them. The roar of flames drowned out all the sounds. They reached an alley, only to find it blocked with a pile of rubber. Bella whimpered, her ears flattened. Toby, we're trapped. No, Toby said firmly, his eyes scanning for another way out. There's always a way. A faint glow appeared ahead, soft and warm like moonlight cutting through the smoke. Bella tilted her head. Do you see that? Toby narrowed his eyes. Yeah, what is it? I don't know, Bella murmured, but it feels safe. Despite his instincts telling him to stay away, Toby had no other option. Come on, he said, nudging Bella forward. We'll follow it. Michael and Rose stood at the edge of the city, their forms glowing faintly in the haze of smoke. They're terrified, Rose said, her heart aching for the dogs. Michael nodded. They're not going to trust us easily. Rose extended her hand, forming a soft golden light that surrounded the dogs. It was warm and soothing, like a protective shield. The glow reached Toby and Bella, wrapping around them gently. Bella paused, sniffing the air. You feel that? Toby stiffened. It's something I don't know if we should trust it. Bella wagged her tail cautiously. It feels nice, like it's trying to help us. Toby grumbled, but allowed the light to guide them toward the outskirts of the city. The forest loomed ahead, a dark contrast to the fairy chaos behind them. The dogs pushed through the underbrush, exhausted and weary. When the trees finally parted, they found themselves in a clearing. A small cottage stood in the center, its windows glowing warmly. Smoke curled from the chimney, and the scent of baked bread waved through the air. Inside, Melissa was setting the table for dinner. She glanced out the window and froze. "Alex, come here," she called, her voice tingling with concern. Alex joined her, following her gaze. "What is it?" "Dogs," Melissa said softly. "2 of them. Look." "They look scared." Alex frowned. "They don't look like pets. They're too rough around the edges." "They've been through something," Melissa said, her heart aching. "We should help them." "Careful," Alex warned. "They might not trust us." Melissa nodded and grabbed a bowl of water and some leftovers. She stepped outside, setting them on the porch. Rose and Michael watched from the edge of the clearing as Melissa retreated back inside. "She's got your kindness," Michael said, smiling. Rose's eyes softened. "She doesn't even know I'm here. But I'm so proud of her." A giggle broke the silence, and Betty appeared beside them, her translucent form glowing faintly. "Looks like you could use some help," Betty said with a grin. Rose smiled warmly. "Betty, just the person we needed." Betty floated toward the dogs, her presence calm and gentle. "It's okay," she said softly, crouched beside Bella. "You're safe now." Bella sniffed her hand, her tail wagged slightly. Toby stepped forward, growling low. "Who are you?" he demanded. "A friend," Betty said simply. "Rose and Michael sent me to help you. They've been watching over you this whole time." Toby hesitated, glancing at the glowing figures of the distance. Slowly, his stance relaxed. "All right, but only because she trusts you." Betty led the dogs to the porch, where Melissa and Alex peeked through the windows, watching nervously. Inside the cottage, Melissa and Alex prepared a warm spot for the dogs near the fire. "They're staying," Melissa said firmly, stroking Bella's fur. Alex chuckled. "I didn't think you'd let them leave." Rose and Michael stood outside watching through the window. "She'll take good care of them," Michael said softly. Rose nodded, her gaze lingered on Melissa. "I wish she could see us." "She doesn't need to," Michael said gently. "She carries you in her heart." Betty joined them, her expression bright. "You did it again," she said with a grin. "Another family brought together." Rose smiled. "You've grown so much, Betty. We're so proud of you." Above them, Callie appeared briefly. Her silvery eyes glowed with approval. "You've done well," she said softly. "The afterlife isn't just about endings, it's about new beginnings. This is yours." As Callie vanished into the night, Rose looked at Michael. "It really is just the beginning, isn't it?" Michael smiled. "Always."